Good morning. I'm up a little earlier today than I have been lately. 25. Still got lots of snow, but whatever little bit of snow they said we were going to get, we didn't get it yet. Just as I was stopping that recording, I saw that our moon is a crescent moon. Soon going to have a new moon on our gizmo. Good morning. I'm Barbara. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I'm up a little earlier than usual. My mind was going. I've got a dilemma. I got my embroidery flosses out. I did not redo my colors on my temperature yet, but my embroidery flosses are right here, so I'm getting ready to think about them. But I didn't start them because Christy sent me her Elizabethan lace. I don't think she's going to call it that in its official title when it's released. And I started working on the dragon. She started working on the harpy, but I started on the dragon because of the way I stitch. It's easier for me to stitch from the right to the left, so I decided to start on the right hand side. Aren't they great? So I stitched. That's all I did yesterday was stitch. Oh, and I made pickles. Pickles turned out good. We made lots of. We ended up with 4 jars of pickles because I made more peppers, pickled peppers. Here's my dragon's tail. Can you see it? Doesn't it look good? I got carried away doing the border because I wasn't counting, so I'm going to have to take some stuff out. But so it has 3 colors. It has deep blue, a very dark blue, and then a light blue. So so that's the dragon's tail. So I was looking at, and the light isn't quite good enough for you to see really well, but that has this row, this one line that really bisects the tail from the body of the dragon. And I was curious about that and to see sort of like how it connects it and what happens next. So you see that line in the light blue? Well, here's the dragon. And here's that same line right here. In the darkest blue. I'm like, wait a minute. And I look at my dragon's tail and I see my dragon's tail's all outlined in the light blue. And my flower stem is light blue. And the inside of my border is light blue. However, the dragon is outlined in the darkest blue. The flower stem is the darkest blue. And the inner stitches of the border are the darkest blue. I switched the 2 colors, the dark and the light. I switched them. I did this whole dragon's tail. I texted Christy at like midnight. Luckily, it's only 11 where she is. I'm like, I switched the lightest and the darkest colors. She said, Mom, it's only 3 colors. Oh, so there's my dragon's tail with the darks and the lights completely switched. I'm looking at the thing thinking, okay, now if I go through and I do the whole thing switched, how will that look? How does that even happen? Well, on the page of I was going to start on the harpy. And so I wrote the colors you know, a little legend for myself correctly. But it was on the other page. I'm working off of this page. I think I know something and I just go, I mean, even when I made my pickles today, I didn't pull the recipe out till I had to do the sauce, and then I realized I hadn't cut up all the onions and let them soak in the salt for 3 hours, but that was okay. But you know, you think you know what you're doing. So, the decision that I have come up with while I was, you know, not sleeping, I slept okay, is that I have decided to take out the 2 colors in the dragon's tail. And you can see the main stitching in the dragon's tail is the medium color. So I will be taking out all the outline of the dragon's tail and this little bit of shading. And I will redo the dragon's tail so that the dragon is correct. Because clearly, dark outline on that dragon is going to be better than what I did. I'm going to leave the inside of the border and even what I've done with the flowers. Now, if it turns out, and I'm not going to do any more border for a while till I make a final decision. If it turns out that this cross stitch of the dragon that I do needs to be like a sample for her so that she can show, because it's really nice to show a stitched up version of your pattern rather than just the pixelated picture. If she needs it as a sample, then I will go back and take out the stitches in the border and fix the flowers too, because you want it to match the pattern if it's going to be part of the pattern that she's selling. I mean, I hadn't thought that's what I was doing, but it occurs to me that, you know, she's doing the harpy and she's not a cross stitcher. I mean, she's doing a fine job on it, but you know, it's not her jam. So, and I was really booking and really enjoying it. I couldn't believe it. But you know, I do that kind of thing all the time. Luckily, I'm mostly doing on things that really don't matter. I mean, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I enjoyed every stitch of this pattern. And I think that dragon would look perfectly fine with those 2 colors switched. I mean, really. But I am interested in having it look a lot like what she designed, you know, because I'm very excited about it. And as you can see, look how much I did. Even too much border. Dope. I was just going across the top because the dragon and the harpy connect. I mean, this is like one piece. So I figure I could keep going. It wouldn't matter. I did count on top to make sure that I didn't go too far. I think I'm very close to the middle here. Right here. So anyway, so my morning will be spent taking dragon outlines out. And I'll talk to Christy about if she's going to want to use this as, of course it is one piece. So if she does the whole thing, I mean, she's working on the harpy, but if she does the whole thing, then hers will be the sample piece and not mine. I can't believe it. And it's really a drag to go to bed right after that, because it just like took all the wind out of me, and I'm I'm exhausted. I gotta go to bed now. But what a drag. What a dope. Anyway, it was really fun to do. So Christy's going to be releasing this in about 2 weeks, week and a half. Learn from my mistake. It only has 3 colors. And I like the colors a lot. I'm a big fan of my Dragons of Sumatra that just has 1 color. That silk in that is very slightly variegated, and so it gives a little something to the pattern. But this, with the 3 colors, I think it gives it depth and style. It'll be even better when it's the correct colors. But it gives it a little something without too much color change. I mean, that palette on my map is enough to make you cross-eyed, because there are 60 colors or something on that map that I'm not doing. I find the Dragons of Sumatra much more relaxing because in big part because it's just 1 color. And so these 3 colors give it real nice dimension and make it not too much in terms of loss management. So it was so much fun till the last minute when I looked at the picture. I couldn't believe it. 3 colors. Enough of that. 11 minutes of going on and on about. Anyway, so we made our pickles and walked the dogs. We were able to walk the dogs at a regular park because the snow was soft enough that we could walk in it. And there are actually a couple places where the black of the pavement of the walkway has broken through. I guess it was drifty. The first snow was very drifty. And so some places were thinner than others. And anyway, so we were able to walk, and we were absolutely the only ones there. There was not another car. There was not a walker. There was not a dog. And it makes it so much nicer when we don't have to manage the dogs because they love people. They are so excited to see people, and and they're not allowed to get close. And other dogs, how do you socialize? I've said this a million times. How do you socialize your dogs when you're in Corona times and you're not allowed to interact? They're getting much better with Aura. Much better with Aura. We do still keep Maisie in the crate for at least a good 5 minutes after she comes. Maisie settles down in her crate. And then she said, and she was cute last time. We kind of forgot she was in there because, she settled in there. And, finally she banged on the door. I'm like, oh, Maisie's still in her crate. You can come out now. She was very good. And then, they calmed down really pretty quickly, so. So anyway. So I stitched. I kitted up my dragons, my harpy and my dragon, and got to work. I'm pretty sure. I'm so unorganized, but I had some dyed fabric. I guess it was the tea-dyed fabric. And I decided not to use that. I thought I really wanted it on the bright white. So I got this, and I'm pretty sure it's 18 count. Is there such a thing as 20 count? Because when I basically took a ruler and stuck an inch and tried to count, and I got 20, I thought. But 20 sounds like an odd, strange number to me. It would most likely be 18, right? Whatever. Anyway, so it's going to be relatively small. So, it's going to be square like that. So these aren't giant pieces. I'm really excited about it. So I'm I'm going to fix the dragon first and keep working on the dragon, and then I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with the border. The flower would be very easy to fix. Well, and the border would be easy to fix too. It's just the inner part of the border. Well, the inner part of the border would be very easy to fix too. So I probably in the end will just fix the whole thing before I'm only going to fix the dragon before I go any further, because there's only so much tearing out you can do before you have to do something positive like stitch. So I'm going to start with the dragon and then decide, but I really like that tail. And it's interesting because the tail looks so much better stitched than it does in the picture, I think. Except for the fact that it's wrong. So she's going to want, ultimately, when she has a stitched up version of it, she's going to want to use that in her pattern. Because it's really nice to see what it looks like stitched. I wonder how big of a picture frame. Well, Dennis will have to make me a picture frame for it. Because I would put it up. I haven't put up any of my cross stitch. I mean, I haven't hardly finished anything. I finished Rich's Behold for Christmas last year, and he got it like, I don't know, almost around his birthday, which is the end of January. He's not used to that, apparently. You know, this is very common in our house, you know, IOUs and things. But you remember, if you've been watching my podcast for any length of time, I finished my Behold. But, you know, finishing, I sent it to Christy and she framed it for me. So Rich actually has it on his wall. Because Christy finished it. My dragons will be a pillow, I'm quite sure. But I will definitely frame this. I'm very excited about it. So I'm off to fix my stitching and start my day. It's a bright, sunny day. Don't have any plans. I have my knit night tonight. I missed last week, so I'm planning on hoping that the ladies are there tonight, and I will see them. Like I said yesterday, mark your calendar, February 20th, our Zoom craft together, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, early evening Europe time. And there's a thread in the Ravelry, and if you are not on Ravelry, you can email me. Here's my email address. And I will send you the link. And please, please, please be so careful. Please be careful. And do some crafting that brings you joy. Oh my God, I enjoyed my day so much yesterday till the last 5 minutes. But I will feel better about it. I will show you tomorrow my new tail, my new dragon's tail. I'm going to let you go. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay